Hi everyone, I'm going to attempt to make this cheesy pepperoni mushroom flatbread from this awesome recipe book, Weight Watchers 50th Anniversary Cookbook. I'm not in affiliation with Weight Watchers at all. I don't even have an account, but I thought this book would be cool to try to get into a little bit of healthier eating. I have to put this little bunny here for it to hold. I got most of the ingredients and now I'm starting to prep so I can cook. I don't know much about cooking, but I'm gonna try to do my best. So what I'm doing right now is cutting up the onions and the red bell pepper. It says to do it thinly sliced. I don't know how thin exactly. I've never cooked bell pepper before, so hopefully that's good enough. And the onions, it said to do them really finely chopped, but I hate onions, so I'm just gonna use the flavor of it and then fish them out before putting them on the pizza. So I've chopped up my vegetables and I got these mushrooms that are already cut up, which is really cool, kind of a time saver. And I don't think I need these pieces. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna throw them away. So the recipe is asking for 8 ounces of white mushrooms sliced. Hopefully this is what they mean by 8 ounces. Again, I'm not too sure, but I'm just gonna go for it. So the mushrooms are in the cup, definitely way more than 8 ounces, but I love mushrooms, and since I'm taking out the onion, I figured it would be cool to swap it out with that. Okay, so my skillet has been sprayed with some non-stick cooking spray like the book suggests. I'm now going to add the vegetables. I'm going to go ahead and add the onions first. I used to play this game on the Wii called Cooking Mama, and I remember she was like, add your onions first. I don't know why, but yeah. So then I'm going to go ahead and add the red bell peppers. I don't know if I'm supposed to take out the seeds, but I don't think so, so I'm just going to leave them. And then I'm going to add the delicious mushrooms. Already I'm getting a lot of great scents and smells. I wish I could smell it. It smells amazing. So I'm sure it's going to be a great dish. So I just chose this spatula from my mom's spatula tray. I think this one will do the trick. The vegetables, again, are blending very nicely. The air smells so delicious right now. I am so excited. The next thing that I'm going to do is preheat the oven, but first I gotta find the pizza pan, so just bear with me 1 second. Luckily, I found the pizza pan. The recipe calls for flatbread. Well, it calls for frozen pizza dough thawed, but I couldn't find any at H-E-B, so I'm gonna go ahead and use, it's like a pre-made pizza crust. I've never tried it before, so I hope it's... This is a pizza crust I bought. I was gonna buy the wheat one, but honestly, I'm not a huge fan of wheat. Maybe like as I start eating healthier, I'll become a bigger fan of it. But it just, I don't know, it tastes kind of weird to me. Maybe I just haven't been buying the right kind though. So it just says to let these vegetables stir together. That didn't sound right. Okay, it says to cook, stirring occasionally until the vegetables are tender and the liquid evaporates 8 to 10 minutes. And then after that, I'm supposed to stir in the tomatoes and cook 1 minute and set aside. Which reminds me, I forgot to measure my tomatoes and cut them. So I'm going to go ahead and get those out of the storage. Here are my cute little grape tomatoes. I've never eaten grape tomatoes before. I've eaten cherry and Roma and all that, but not grape. So I don't know exactly what the difference is. They look elongated like the Roma tomatoes, but I'm not sure. The recipe calls for a cup of grape tomatoes, so that's what I'm going to use. And it says to cut them in half, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Look how yummy these tomatoes look. They smell so good. The first one that I tried to cut it the long ways, since I was like, well, it just says to cut them in half, so maybe I can do long ways. And tomatoes squirted everywhere. I also had to change the knife from a non-serrated blade to a serrated one. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It says to add them to the skillet after the vegetables have gotten rid of their oil. So let's go check on them. I feel like there isn't enough mushrooms in here. Should I add some more? Or will that be like overkill? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and add some more. I love mushrooms. Oh, I should have used that portobello mushroom I have in the fridge. I hope these red bell peppers aren't super spicy. I was talking to my mom about me making some recipes, and she told me that they aren't really spicy. But then again, she likes to eat chile with a tortilla, and that is it. She is crazy. So I don't have a super high tolerance for spicy food, but you know what? I can tolerate it, I think. Hopefully. I'm trying to flip this onion, being rebellious. Okay, I give up. Since I am using a pre-made pizza crust instead of the dough, I'm going to go ahead and read over this to see if I need to do anything in addition to what the recipe book says. It tells me that I have to flatten it out and all that and then put the marinara sauce on it. But it just looks like I have to just spread it with the sauces and it's ready to go, which is really good. I probably should have timed this, but I'm just going to give it one more minute just so the mushrooms that I added at the end get some nice brown coloring to them. So they're extra yummy, and so that, again, the vegetables just mingle with each other and get all the nice flavors in. So I just put the pizza crust on here, and it's like a huge tortilla. I went to this restaurant at the island with my friend once, and we ordered breakfast tacos, and they were literally this big. It was huge. I don't know if there's like a upside down or right side upside to this, but I'm just gonna leave it like this. It says to spread it with 3/4 cups of fat-free marinara sauce. I couldn't find fat-free, but I got this one called Healthy Marinara from H-E-B, and it was definitely lower in calories than the regular marinara sauce, so I think it'll be fine. So my vegetables are nice and brown now, and they start to smell caramelized. I'm going to go ahead and add the grated tomatoes, as suggested. And then I have to cook this for another minute. It's 12:38 right now, so I guess at 12:39, I'll just shut off the heat. And right here, my mom made nopales yesterday. She's crazy. She eats crazy stuff. I'm about to add the delicious marinara to this pizza crust, and now I have to spread it evenly. I'm sure pizza factories have like this really cool thing to spread the marinara sauce with. I unfortunately do not, so I'll do some research to see what they use, because I could always use an excuse to buy a cool tool. I'm trying to spread this as evenly as possible, and I'm going to go back and shut off the skillet. I don't really see a huge change to the tomatoes. Some of them have some of that nice color where I cut them, but I don't know if they're supposed to get smaller or do tomatoes shrink when you cook them. Who knows? I'm just going to let that set for a bit while I get the pizza crust going. So what I'm doing right now is getting the cheeses ready. It says to put a tablespoon of grated Parmesan cheese on it. As you can see, a lot of my products are from H-E-B. I love H-E-B not only because I work there, but because their food is so good and it's cheaper than the national brands. And here's the 1/2 cup of reduced fat mozzarella cheese that I'm going to sprinkle over the pizza. Yummy! The pizza looks so good already, and the oven just beeped letting me know that it's ready for it to go in. So I'm going to go ahead and read what I have to do next. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to add these turkey pepperoni slices before I put it in there. I literally just spent like 30 seconds counting these pepperonis out. It said 36 pepperonis cut in half, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with this knife. Okay, so I did my best to cut them as evenly as possible, but I mean, I'm sure it's not going to make a huge difference. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the skillet onto the pizza crust and then put the pepperoni on there. Okay, so I added the vegetables to the pizza crust, and it looks amazing right now. I took out most of the onions, but my mom loves to eat onions. Again, she eats weird stuff. Well, not weird, but I just don't like it. But I'm going to go ahead and leave some of the onion on there just so I can taste it. Maybe I'll like it. in a pizza. You never know. You know what they say about pizza. If it's good, it's really good. If it's bad, it's still kind of good. So I went ahead and added the pepperoni like the book says. I feel like there's a lot of pepperoni though. Like, it's covering the entire pizza. I regret not taking the pepperoni and mixing it in with the skillet. I was planning on doing that, but the book said just to add it afterwards. So I'm gonna hope for the best. I think the final step after I take this out of the oven is to add some more cheese on top, which I think that's what I read. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop it in the oven real quick and then come back in 15 minutes. The pizza's in the oven right now, cooking at the lowest rack. It needs about 11 more minutes in there, and then I'm going to add some more cheese on top and then put it back in there for 5 more minutes. The oven just went off, so I'm going to take this out and add the cheese. This smells amazing. I wish I could add way more cheese to this, but you know what? I'm being good and following the recipe. Pretty much what it says, so the more cheese the better, but since I can't add any more right now, I'm just going to go with it. I know it's going to be an amazing pizza anyway. Again, I'm going to pop it in here for 5 more minutes and then take it out. The pizza is done. It looks amazing. Here's my beautiful gourmet pizza that's also healthy and delicious, hopefully. I'm going to go ahead and slice it up and then call my mom and ask her to come over to have some. Here's my little slice of heaven that I'm very excited to eat. I am going to enjoy my lunch now. Thank you for watching the video. As time goes on, I'm sure I'll get better at doing them and cutting them down in time. And editing, of course. I'm not going to edit these at all. But yeah, the pizza looks so good and it smells good. And I just hope it tastes amazing. Thank you again for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Please comment if you have any kitchen tips for me. I'm a beginner and I don't really know what I'm doing in the kitchen just yet, but I'm going to try my best. Again, thank you for watching. Enjoy.